What is up, everybody? It's time for a little update in the garden. The mint has overgrown the love grows sign. That's all right. Lemongrass, asparagus, all of that is doing fantastic. We have tons of blooms in the garden. We've got zinnias, we've got marigolds, we've got squash and cucumber, and everything's coming in. I don't know if y'all can see how fat some of these peas have gotten and how tall it's getting. I'm just so excited. It's finally like garden time. Cucumbers are starting to cucumber. Squash are starting to squash. We have random shades of flowers that we didn't have in the garden last year that just apparently like created themselves. We got zinnias showing up in the potatoes, the radishes. We've got the next generation of radishes coming behind these. I really need to get these pulled. And then we have our sunflower. Y'all look at this thing. It is probably at least 10 feet tall now. And covered, I counted just a little while ago, there are over 22 different buds that will turn into blooms on this sunflower. And the top one finally budded out or bloomed out. Haven't seen the first bit of color yet, but it's there. Then we've got two more little volunteer sunflowers down here. And all of the squash, the winter squash, the regular squash, this giant zucchini of a plant is just taking over. Okra's still doing great. And the loofahs have started to climb, guys. And let's see if I can find it. I saw one earlier. There was a baby loofah somewhere. Yep, there it is. Can you see it? The baby loofah. There we go. Get it into focus. All right. And then down here we have the zinnia garden. And we have dark pink and light pink and almost lavender and orange. And then we have this really pretty kind of cream color that I didn't have last year. I had the pale pink and I had a dark pink and I had like a medium pink. Or the dark pink and an orange. Yeah. But then we've got this kind of purpley looking one and these yellow ones and the cream colors. And this cream color has like darker colors on the edges. And I just couldn't be any happier with my zinnia garden. We got the bugs buzzing around it already. Look. Yep, they are getting to work on them. And that just makes me super excited. And here's the other side of all the squash. And even down here, this is one of my winter squash. This is a delicata squash. We've got some little babies here. I've got to train it to grow up the trellis. I need to get just a little bit longer before I can do that to it though. And more flowers down here. The beans, the runner beans, have taken over at least a good half of the trellis so far. And we've got all sorts of different colored flowers coming in on them, getting ready to make beans. Some of the darker ones with the bright orange colors, they've already started on the other side here. Yeah, see here, we got some beans coming here. So I just came through a little while ago and sprayed a fungicide on some of this because it's starting to get hot and humid and I want to take care of it before it hits. Some more marigolds and zinnias, and then this random little tomato plant that just kind of planted itself. But look at these tomatoes, guys. Look at this. It's so exciting. My tomatoes are actually starting to tomato. have little buds coming in here. Little flowers on these down here. Yep. And then I'm thinking this is a cucumber that's trying to grow up in the middle of my tomatoes. So we're gonna teach him to run up this little thing here, that post, let him run up it and then into the trellis. Another sunflower here. Let's see. He's about to start budding out, and we've got little baby sunflowers, some more in the elbow of each of those. And more tomatoes, tomatoing. I can't wait, I'm so excited. And then down here at the end, we've got our peppers that are starting, and these I'll let these buds stay. The last time I took the buds off, and it was right after I had transplanted them, and I just want to be sure that they got some really good roots going. They can take care of themselves. Some of these others, it's almost like their growth is stunted. I'm wondering if I put them outside before while it was still too cool, and they haven't really grown much. I'll just have to keep an eye on them and see. The rosemary, I think the little sprig that I just stuck here in the ground is actually going to make, so I'll have an additional rosemary. Just kind of propagated it off this mother plant. And then this is Mrs. Pepper. This is her second year. I believe this one is one of the jalapenos. So, and it is starting to be covered in little buds and blooms. The original Mr. Pepper is over here. He's still holding on, still kind of green, hadn't completely died yet, and continues to put out some new growth here at the base. So we'll just have to see how he does. And strawberries back here are looking fine and fabulous. Look at these fat, beautiful things. They're slowly starting to get a little bigger and bigger. And this gorgeous thing, which I am reading and finding out is ginger, possibly turmeric. I don't know. What do y'all think? I know it's pretty. I'm gonna have to dig down to the roots to figure out which one it actually is. But either way, I'm super excited because it's one thing that's coming up that I don't have to plant. I just need to move it. My green stalk planter is still doing fabulous. Guys, I seriously, I would recommend this to anyone. It has put out a ton of stuff in a very tiny space. Now, I did have some tomato hornworms on my little cherry tomatoes here, and I'm not sure how well these tomato plants are going to hang in there. Several of them have tomatoes on them, and if nothing else, I'll be able to pull the green tomatoes off and let them ripen inside if the rest of the plant doesn't do well. But I found the culprit and pulled him off last night, so hopefully they'll start to do a little bit better. Got some cilantro going. What is this? Oh, this is a toothache plant. So the flower on these will actually like make your mouth and your tongue and your gums numb. Kind of like works as a natural lidocaine in your mouth. So they call it the toothache plants because you can chew on the flowers when you get a toothache, and it'll help dull the pain. But all of my herbs are doing good. Chard, lettuces, y'all, I couldn't be any happier. I do need to get out here and weed the garlic bed, but it is all just really growing great. And we've got some grass in here that is trying to mimic the garlic. But that's not garlic. I don't think that's garlic. I think that's just grass. So I need to get in there and kind of pull some of it out. I can tell whether it's in the row or, outside of the row. I get that pulled. The ones over in this bed, it's got a couple of acorns that are trying to turn into trees, but as long as I pull them out, that one stays pretty well weed free. I have my wild tomato that's kind of growing on its own, just back here in the back. I think maybe a turtle or something got a hold of that, or a bird, and dropped it there last year. And then finally, the persimmons are starting to get bigger and bigger. And y'all, this tree really is loaded. So I'm serious. If you have a really good persimmon recipe, a jam, a jelly, something to use it in, anything, send it my way. And if I make your recipe, I will share your recipe with you. So I hope y'all have a fantastic week, and don't forget to click subscribe to see us next time and continue to watch us grow. Bye, y'all.